subscribe button. Turn that post notification bell so you're notified every single time your girl drops a video, okay? An episode. Like, that's what we're doing. We're doing episodes over here, like, period. All right? Also, make sure you go follow me on all social media platforms. I am on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I feel like I'm missing one. YouTube. Pretty much, I'm everywhere, y'all. I'm everywhere. And on Instagram specifically, I'm at MaHogany J _ and then on Facebook as well. Yeah, Facebook, I'm Mahogany's World. TikTok, and all that. Mahogany's World. But anyway, y'all, I'm ready to get into some tea. I don't have tea here. I actually have coffee, and this is my I'm Not the Girl I Used to Be cup. Y'all, I love this cup so much. For one, it's 10 ounces instead of 8, so you get like a good cup of coffee, you know? And it is literally so cute. And it says I'm Not the Girl I Used to Be. About in 2020, I released my book, I'm Not the Girl I Used to Be, which is a memoir that shares my journey of growing up in a broken home, and I became a party girl. I did drugs, alcohol, so much went on, slept around. It was a lot, okay? And after some time, I ended up finding Christ, and through Christ, I was able to fill my voids and become who I am today. And some, you know, of course, that took some years to become like this point. But I was able to fill the voids of no longer needing to drink to soothe, and no longer needing to do drugs and smoke weed and be high all day because I'm trying to avoid pain and stuff, you know? And that's where the title I'm Not the Girl I Used to Be comes from. So it's a guide to reinventing yourself. So no matter where you find yourself in life, whether you are 18, 15, 30, 40, and you're like, I don't want to be who I am anymore. And what I mean by that is, I'm tired of my old ways. I'm tired of my current ways. I'm tired of my current friend circles. I'm tired of I know where I am right now is not where God wants me to be. And I want to change my life for the better. My book, I'm Not the Girl I Used to Be, is for you. If you grew up in a broken home without your mom or your dad, or if you just grew up in an environment that wasn't ideal, you know, whatever that looks like for you, my book, I'm Not the Girl I Used to Be, is for you. So I have so many people that have read my book, they left reviews, they messaged me. It's been a bestseller, and people love how raw it is, how real it is, how transparent it is, because baby, we talk about everything, okay? So definitely click the link in my description box and grab my book, I'm Not the Girl I Used to Be, because look, it is glow up season. It's always glow up season, for real. Glow up season is every single day, because at any point, it don't gotta be the new year, it don't gotta be the middle of the year, it don't gotta be the end year. You can change your life for the better. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So y'all, today, I wanted to have this conversation because I've literally been seeing this so much in the comments, and I'm like, let me go on here and talk about this. Let me get some coffee first, hold on. That's actually good. I did my thing with that. I used to have sugar in my coffee, but I cut that out probably about a year ago, and it has been life-changing, okay? But as you see from the title, so many people, literally after I gave birth, y'all, a month after, from the moment I gave birth, all the way to a month after, all the way to now, y'all. So many people are like, oh yeah, I'm ready for baby number 7. I'm ready for baby number 7. And y'all, first of all, give your girl a break, okay? And then also, I saw some people, they were like, what they say, it was so funny. It was like, she just gave birth, she's gonna be pregnant next week. And to be quite honest, y'all, just to give you an honest update of where I am right now and where we are as a family. As you know, we have 6 boys. We have Justin, Marcel, Mateo, Milo, Miles, and Maverick. And I honestly love the quantity that we're at right now. Of course, I definitely want a girl, but when that will happen, I don't know. And I'm not in a rush. I feel like the quantity of kids we have right now is really great. The stages that everybody is at, as y'all know, Justin, or if you don't know, because you may be new here. So if you're new here, hey girl. Or you may not know like the full scope about my kids and like motherhood dynamics. So my oldest kids, they turned 5 in October. And so I have at oldest 5-year-olds, and then I have a baby, which is Maverick, and he was just born in September. So when it comes to him being the youngest all the way to our oldest, I feel like everybody's at different stages. And with that being said, they're at great stages. And our oldest, like, they like to do stuff, they like to have conversations. It's so good talking to them because it's like you're able to see what's inside of their mind. And I love that because kids are many used to a degree, like, and it's nice to like ask them like, what are you thinking about? Like, what's your goals? Of course, I might not ask like what's their goal, but I might say, like, we do this thing where it's like, when you close your eyes, what do you see? And I think that's so cool because it allows your children to paint a picture of like what they see. Sometimes they may see pirates and dinosaurs. Sometimes they may see Christmas presents. Sometimes, it lets you know what they're thinking about, what's on their mind. So I feel like our kids are at really great stages and really great ages where it's like we are truly just enjoying where they are now. And it's been such a great journey. We're able to do so many fun things. And so as I was talking to Justin, we had talked about it, and I think we had also talked about it on the Jackson of Atlanta, that it's definitely going to be some space in between there. I don't know how much space, not for like 10 years now, maybe not even 5, but it's definitely going to be some space in between there because so much is going on. And so much is on my vision board specifically. I'm super excited to get my movement. I'm not the girl I used to be going. So of course I released my book, but from there, I'm going to be turning my book into an audiobook. We're going to be doing a lot. I don't want to give too much away because I know there's some girls, women out there that want to be able to listen to it and go to work or listen to it while they're cooking dinner or listen to it as they're doing other things. So it'll be available on audiobook here soon, and so much else is happening with that that I'm excited about. And then also I'm going to be rolling out with my loungewear from Not the Girl I Used to Be. So if you have followed me and my family on TikTok, I wore while I was pregnant a lot of times these 2-piece sets, and with these 2-piece sets it had like I'm Not the Girl I Used to Be here and I'm Not the Girl I Used to Be on the leggings. So they're legging sets and different kind of sets like that. And so I'm excited to roll that out. That's going to be great. That's going to be coming soon. When our church is coming soon, and so at the first service, I'm going to be doing like the pre-show and different things like that, and my brand will be showcasing that. And so I'm Not the Girl I Used to Be as a whole movement, from loungewear to books, audiobooks to podcast episodes. It's so much that's under because I feel like so many of us can relate that we're not the women we used to be, or we're not the girl we used to be, or whatever the case may be. So I'm really, really excited to further push this brand. Also, when it comes to Jackson, Atlanta, there's so many things that we're working on with that. We recently changed our content style to a more episode type of style, reality TV type of style. So instead of like holding the camera, vlogging for you guys, you are now, able to get the big picture and see us in real time, see us while we're doing our everyday. It's more just giving real reality, and I'm really excited about that journey that we're embarking upon on that. So much is going on. I'm so excited. One time I had saw that someone had asked me, they said, well, all the kicks you got, I don't know how you plan to get all that stuff done. And the thing is, it's so important that, one, you have a village. And if you don't have a village, sometimes you got to pay for one, in my instance, because some people, they have, grandmas, moms, family members, cousins that can watch their kids and different things like that, or their kids go to school. Everybody's case is different. For me, my children are not in school and they're not in daycare. I know when I was growing up, I was in daycare, and I was in daycare because my mom had to work. So though we do work, we are content creators, influencers, and different things like that, we wanted to create a different environment for our children. So our children, they have a nanny that works with them throughout the day. But I say all that to say, it definitely takes a village, whether you have to use the one that's around you, your family and friends, or whether you have to pay for one. In our case, we do have to pay for one, and though it may be expensive, that's the con side of that. The pro side of that is you're able to still be effective, and still get your goals done, because I'm really big on the fact you can't tell your kids to chase their dreams if you aren't doing it yourself. Does it make sense? I'm not saying if you were someone who didn't achieve your goals, you can't tell your kids to achieve theirs. But I remember growing up, my mom, she did a lot of telling me things, but it really wasn't displayed. So I'm not going to get into all of that right now. Grab my book, I'm Not the Girl I Used to Be. But for instance, it could be anything. It could be, say you have a parent that's a drunk and they're always drunk and they tell you, make sure you don't drink, you know. Sometimes you still will find yourself stumbling into what they did or what they are currently doing, even though they told you not to, just because it was the only visual thing that you've seen. So quite naturally, a lot of times the environments we grew up in, we can often revert back to them, even though we may have saw that our parents were drunks and that wasn't a good thing, and we saw that it didn't reap any positive results. We'll still find ourselves stumbling though into those very things that we know aren't good based on our parents. So saying not to do something, in summary, is not enough. Being a visual guide, being a visual statement to your kids of something has more power. Acts have more powers than words, and we know that just in general. So it's so important that, in summary, you do what you tell your kids to do. And that's why we are also very big on, I'm going to make sure that I achieve my goals and I go after the purpose God has placed inside of me, because I want my kids to do the same thing, if that makes sense. And also, not just because of the kids, but because God literally put you on this planet to do a certain purpose. Outside of being, because there's a lot of people that, you know, being a mom is my purpose. And it may be one of your purposes, but there's still something that God placed inside of you that only you can do and only the way you can do it. That it's a gift that He's given you, that outside of being a mom, outside of being a wife, a daughter, a cousin, you have a specific purpose too. So yes, being a mom and a wife, and take my case, I'm a mom and a wife as well, and I have a purpose within that. But before I had even got married and before I had my first child or children, God had already gave me something that was an assignment and purpose just for me to. And it's so important that we don't lose sight of those purposes. So yes, achieve your goals because you want your kids to do the same thing, but also achieve your goals and walk in your purpose because it's what God told you, you know. So that's just really important, and I'm super excited to just continue to demonstrate that to our kids, and also just demonstrate it to myself. And a lot of people, which my book, I'm Not the Girl I Used to Be, will guide you through all of this. I talk about finding your purpose. I talk about the disconnecting from toxic relationships. I talk about so much. And the reality is with that is some people don't know what their purpose is. And that's okay. But spending time with God, literally, you'll be able to discover what your purpose is. Your purpose may be to cook, and through your meals, you do something to people. And what I mean, let me be clear. You warm their hearts, you bring them joy. You give them happiness just by having their stomachs full, or by just the flavors. You give people an experience. You know, we all have different purposes. I'm not saying your purpose got to be to own a $5 billion company. Your purpose can be to be a cook. You know, it's whatever your purpose is, and nobody's purpose is bigger than the other ones or anything like that. Yes, the person that owns the $5 billion company monetarily may have more than the person that's the cook, but the value of the gift inside of them, there's no, I wouldn't say there's no bigger or smaller. Other people might have their own opinion about that, but I don't think so. I think when God created us, He wanted us to focus more so on our gifts and how we can use them to bless ourselves and bless others, not who has the biggest gift. That's my thought on that. But y'all, baby number 7 isn't coming no time soon. There's so much purpose and great things that we're going to be working on and doing, and that's what I'm most excited about. I'm most excited about tapping into that, experiencing that, and just continue to grow. Just continue to grow. I'm excited to continue to grow this community over here. We have been rocking for a while, and I'm excited for just the great things that's going to be coming. I'm going to be doing more conversations like this because I know that so many of you guys enjoy that. You enjoy hearing my thoughts and just having a conversation, because when you guys comment, we're continuing the conversation. So it just doesn't stop when you listen. But when you leave a comment, it continues to go on, and you don't know how your comment can help somebody else. And then I'm always talking about this positivity. This community over here is a positive community. So if you ever see something negative, like in the comments, like, we don't do negativity. If you don't want to be here, you don't have to. And I want this space to be a space where you can leave a comment saying how your day was, whether it was good or bad, and you can be uplifted by my response or someone else's response. Like, this is a sisterhood here, and I say that in every video. But I wanted to talk on one other thing. I know I had said some people are like, they don't know what their purpose is, and you can find it in my book, I'm Not the Girl I Used to Be. But I did want to touch on, it's so important that you spend time with God and He'll reveal to you what your purpose is, like He did mine back in, I think 2014. And spending time with Him, He'll be able to reveal that. And some people may be like, I don't know how to pray, I don't know how to spend time with God, like, what does that really look like? But the thing is, God literally will meet you where you are. You don't have to have this huge prayer life or talking tongues or know how to do this and know how to do that. All you have to do is just say a prayer like, God, I invite you into my life, and go from there and ask Him things. God, what is my purpose? And because you are genuine and pure with bringing Him what you have, bringing Him, what I mean by bringing Him what you have, I mean bringing Him your purest form, your true desire to know what your purpose is. You may not have a strong prayer life. He knows that. And so just coming to Him in an authentic manner saying, this is, what is my purpose? I want to learn more about why you created me. He will give you an answer. You'll hear it in your head. I remember, it's the last thing I'm going to say, it's in my book too, but I remember when I first began my walk with Christ, and I was like, so when God speaks to you, what does it sound like? It's like the sky gonna crack and I'm gonna hear something, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all hearing me? But, as time went on, I discovered, of course, that it's the voice that's inside of you, when you hear God and different things. And through, in the beginning too, God, and still now, God will allow somebody else to send a message. So maybe when you hear the voice, God's voice inside of you, because the Spirit's inside of us, if you hear that voice and you're like, is that me or is that God? God also will send messages through people. He can send a message through this video. Like, you may literally have been asking God, like, how do I find my purpose? Or how do I do this? How do I do that? You might be looking it up on Google. You came across this video and it answered what you were looking for. That's God speaking to you through me. You can watch a commercial and God can speak to you. You can have somebody on the street come and deliver a message from God to you. So God will speak through people, things, just, when He wants to get a message to you, He will. But guys, that's an update. No baby coming soon, child. Make it make sense. I'm very content with just my kids, and I still do want a girl. Don't get me wrong, like, I really do. Like, I have always said before I leave this earth, I definitely want a girl. I always say a mini me, but granted, she doesn't have to be a mini me, and by that I mean she don't gotta come with all of the traits I have. She can get all of the best ones. I have a lot of great traits, but then we all have those traits. It's like, I don't pass it to my kids, okay? But nonetheless, it's been great talking to y'all. I really love having conversations. Let me get some more coffee. I really enjoy having these conversations. I really enjoy just chatting and getting into it. So let me know what else you want to talk about. I am going to be having guests who are part of these conversations, y'all. So it's going to be good. I'm going to be doing a podcast too. So I'm trying to figure out, and y'all tell me in the comments, what would you like for real? Because I'm thinking about, I can run it two ways. I can do like a podcast setup, or I can do just like a video style setup, no podcast. I'm trying to figure out, the thing with the podcast is it can go on like Spotify, Apple, and all that stuff, and then people can listen to it in the car, and like a typical podcast, and it'll also be available on here too, or it can just be here, and everybody can watch it on here. Then I know some people like to play audios, and that's where the podcast comes to play. But nonetheless, it's gonna get better and better and better. It is going to be some other influencers that's gonna be joining me, music artists. It's gonna be so many people. So let me know who you want to have a conversation with, girl. I'm gonna chat it up, because if it was up to me, baby, I could talk all day. I can talk all day. It's easy. It's easy for me to talk, just because it's something that I enjoy doing, and God has just given me so much wisdom on so many different topics, and I just love to talk to y'all. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Share it with somebody. Tag them in the comments. Share it on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Share it everywhere. Take a picture of cheese. Get y'all a little photo, and share it on Instagram or wherever. Let me know that you watched it. Share the link and let somebody else that you believe needs to hear it, send it to them so they can watch it. And we're gonna be back again soon, okay? I didn't talk to y'all, let my coffee get cold, but It's all good. It was worth it. And we're going to talk again soon. I love you guys so much. Make sure you subscribe. Turn on your post notification bell so you know anytime I drop another video. Also, make sure you're following me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Because I feel like we aren't real fam and we're not connected everywhere, okay? So make sure you are connected with me everywhere. And I cannot wait to see you guys in the next episode. Bye.